Hello and welcome back to the Anime Now Manga Later podcast. I'm your host, Laugh Now Die Later, and this is episode 2. In this episode, we got some call-ins, and I'm going to be talking about toxicity in the manga/anime community. Now, I'm going to start off right away by saying, again, if you want to know what the topic is going to be for the next episode, just, again, follow me on Twitter or join my Discord server. I'll be posting it on there as well if you don't have Twitter. But other than that, thank you guys for listening to another episode, new installment of this podcast. Again, I didn't think I was going to put this on Spotify, but if it's on Spotify and you're listening to there, then you know that it's on there. It just depends on, like I mentioned on Twitter, just money situations or whatever, but it should be on Spotify for the most part. But if it's not, then thank you for listening on YouTube. And without any further ado, let's just get right into it, to be honest. So I want to start off by saying, I'm talking about the toxic people in the community and some of the debates that I feel like can be really toxic, in my opinion. And the first one I'm going to talk about is anime versus manga, the anime versus manga debate. I think that this is like the most subjective argument. Like, I made a video about this, talking about it, but before I get into this debate, necessarily, I just want to say that subjectivity, the definition, I have it written down for you guys, is the quality of being based on or influenced by personal feelings, taste, or opinions. So you saying anime is better than manga is completely subjective. It's because that's your personal feeling or taste on your favorite medium to pretty much indulge in this, art form. And then objectivity is a proposition that's considered to have objective truth when its truth conditions are met without bias caused by a sentient subject. So basically, it's just factual. Objectivity is kind of like no bias like there is in subjectivity. So the only really thing that I can say is not really subjective, and it's pretty objective, which I don't even know really, now that I think about it, is maybe numbers. Like, I feel like numbers and facts don't lie, but then when I think about the numbers, only people that enjoyed the series will keep buying it. So it could be subjective in a way. But anyways, the anime manga debate to me is hella subjective because of the fact that me, for example, I prefer manga. So of course I'm going to say manga is better, and I'm going to give my reasons as to why I think manga is better. But at the same time, I believe that I can see why people think anime is better. You know, you got color, you got music, you got movement. It's brings the manga to life, but with those points, I still think manga is better in my opinion. And again, it's just opinionated, and I've met people that have like cursed others out. I got called a manga elitist by my good friend, in real life friend, because I said manga was better, and because he said that he's never seen me talk about watching an anime, so that means I'm a manga elitist. I'm like, how, bro? Just because I prefer reading the series over watching it doesn't mean I'm a manga elitist. I'm currently watching Levius on Netflix. I've watched Erased the last 2 weeks, like 2 weeks ago. Like, I still watch anime. I just, prefer to read manga. That doesn't make me a manga elitist. I think manga's better, but I don't shit on anime, So that's the first argument. And that's the one that I think is like pretty much like the most subjective. And the second debate, which is like pretty much the only other debate, but is when people compare series against other series. Bro, why are you shitting on someone for thinking that Hunter x Hunter is better than, let's say, Naruto? Like, if I think Hunter x Hunter is better than Naruto, I'll have my opinion, I'll have my points to make, and you'll have your points to make as to why Naruto's better. But at the end of the day, bro, who cares? If I think it's better, then to me it's better. I'm not going to try to convince you and be like, oh, Hunter x Hunter is better because this and this. You have to believe that. Because at the end of the day, if you do that, you're toxic. It's just true. Like, it's just what it is, bro. You can't, like, come to me and be like, oh, Hunter x Hunter is better. You have to believe that too. Like, no, bro. If I think Naruto's better, Naruto's better. I respect your opinion, right? I'll disagree, but no, it's not, like, I just feel like those two debates are so subjective, and it's like, will there ever be objectivity to these debates? I don't think so. All right. Another another thing I have to say about like toxicity in the community is these people that are elitist. Now, there's nothing wrong with like being analytical or all of this when it comes to like making videos or everything. But there's people that are like elitist, like you have to believe that what comes out their mouth is the truth and the only truth. Now, I may lose some subs for saying this, but like YouTubers like Young Defiant, I have nothing against him. To be honest, I just listen to him because it's funny. But like this man is like an elitist. He calls people trash if they like a series. Like what? Like to me, I find it as jokes. I find it as comedic like relief. But like if he's being serious, that is the most toxic man I've ever met. Like, well, I haven't met him, but ever like seen on YouTube. Like if you don't donate to this guy, he calls you like trash pretty much. Like you don't matter to him. And like it's funny, but at the same time it's like, damn, bro, like you got it bad like that? Like it's just like these elitists are crazy. Like I don't think I'm an elitist. Like I prefer manga, but I don't think it makes me an elitist because I think one like medium is better than the other. I just think that, you know, that's just my opinion. Like I don't try to force my beliefs on others and say that, hey, if you don't believe this, then you're automatically shit. Because if that's the case, then what's the point, man? Like I don't see that. And another thing about like toxic people, another like point is a lot of people are judgmental in the community, and I don't understand why. Like I can understand if like you don't agree with someone's opinions and this and that, but why you gotta judge me based on my reading speeds or like my collection? Like, bro, I posted a video, my manga collection, like a few months ago, maybe like in March or so, and this guy really commented saying, hey, your collection's basic as hell, just like all these other collection videos. Hey, maybe he's right? Like, at the end of the day, my collection right now doesn't really have anything that no one else has, right? But at the end of the day, you don't gotta shit on my collection, bro. What if I didn't have money to buy a like, underground series? Or, you know, like, some series like that can get scalped and people, you know, boost the prices up if it's like an underground series that's not in print still. And like if I can't get my hands on it, I'm not gonna have it in my collection. That doesn't mean I may not have read the series, but like this guy really like is flaming me for my collection, and I'm just like, bro, okay, if you don't like it, then don't watch the video, bro. Like leave a like before you click off. But like that's about it. Like don't judge me because of my collection. I like what I like, and if it's normie to you, then it's normie, bro. Like it is what it is. And then another complaint I've had on that same video actually was someone judged me based on my reading speed. And this one really blew my mind because to me it's like you're shitting on me because I said it took me 45 minutes to read one volume of, I believe it was My Hero. I don't remember. It may have been another series. Because I said also, no, it wasn't My Hero. I said that it took me an hour and a half to read some volumes of Death Note. He said, oh my God, it took you an hour and a half to read a volume? You must be dyslexic. And I just started laughing when I saw that, to be honest, because it was kind of funny to me. But like at the same time, he was like, oh, I read a volume in 25 minutes. Do you want a cookie, bro? Like, you want me to clap for you? Like, who cares if you can read faster than me, bro? Like, I'm reading at my pace to fulfill my enjoyment. If I wanted to read hella fast and not enjoy it, I wouldn't do that in the first place. Like that makes no sense to me. If it takes me 45 minutes to read a volume of manga and it takes you 20, doesn't make you better than me. It's just personal preference. It's just like how fast your eyes moves, and that's it, bro. You just read faster than me. Congrats. Like, again, you want a cookie? Like, I could get you some Girl Scout cookies from down the road. Like, which one you want? Like, I don't understand that. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I had to say when it came to like the type of people that get me tight in the community, like the anime versus manga debate people that like shit on you if you like one or the other, the series versus series, the elitists, the judgmental people. And I just want to talk real quick and say like two fan bases that I think are pretty toxic. Now, for the people that are listening right now that are going to be my call-ins, if you have any other fan bases to talk about, definitely bring it up when you hop on here. But the two that I really want to talk about just slightly are the My Hero Academia fan base and the Attack on Titan fan base. Now, there are two different reasons, but I feel like the My Hero Academia fan base is a little weird. Like, no offense, but like they just be having some weird takes on like romantic fantasies when it comes to like characters, and like if you don't agree with them, they kind of like go off on you. Like, and I'm like, bro, I don't fantasize like middle school, like maybe I don't know if they're junior high or early high school, but like I don't like to fantasize kids like being romantic, bro. Like who if you do that and you're listening or like live or like on like YouTube or Spotify, like I'm not trying to judge you for doing that, right? Like I don't want like I'm not saying, but like to me personally, I wouldn't do that. Like and like they're also just really weird. That whole fandom is just really off to me. Like all I know about when it comes to them, it's just those weird romantic fantasies. Again, for my call-ins, if you know anything else that's weird about them or like crazy and makes them toxic, then please let me know. And then the Attack on Titan fan base to me is toxic because they are so quick to turn on the mangaka, especially because of the ending. Like, come on, man. Like, I said this in one of my videos, and I think it was my top 5 manga video. But Attack on Titan is one of those series that to me is a masterpiece all the way through. And granted, it doesn't have a masterpiece ending in my opinion, but it has an ending that is satisfactory. And I made the comparison in sports terms for those that watch sports or listen to sports, and that's like I said like you don't have to have a masterpiece ending to have an overall masterpiece work. You know, like in my opinion, like Tom Brady is the GOAT of football. If Tom Brady on his last season loses the Super Bowl and then retires, I don't think that one Super Bowl loss at the end of his career is going to ruin his career as a whole. And so a bad or mid ending to Attack on Titan to me doesn't ruin the overall experience that I went through while reading and all the feelings and emotions that this series gave me. Like it was just a masterpiece to me. And like I don't think that the ending chapters really killed the whole series off for me. And I just feel like they just turned on the mangaka too quick. Mangaka panicked, added more pages, and then people didn't like that either. To the point that there's actually people making their own Attack on Titan manga, I believe, like online. I forgot the name of it. I think they're like changing the ending, or I don't know what they're doing, but they like have their own like fandom and like their own ending to the manga or like chapters to the manga to make it better than what the actual mangaka did. Which to me, I mean, it seems kind of disrespectful in a way, but at the same time, I understand like, you know, you put a lot of time into like getting into this series and you put a lot of time for this series that you pretty much, to them, it's a waste. But when you really think about it, if you go like on AniList and stuff, like I haven't watched a lot of anime, but I have 6.5 days watched of anime. I know people with hundreds days watched. Like you waste a little bit, man. Like, you know, so it is what it is, but man, people really go crazy for these series, man. Like to the point where they're trying to change the ending or whatever they're trying to change or add to it. Like it's just crazy to me. But those are the two toxic fan bases in my opinion. I need more like I think I couldn't really find more info on the My Hero fan base besides just their weird romantic fantasies and like them like going off on you like for judging them on that. It's just crazy for that. But yeah, all I really got to say is just people's opinions matter. Like if something's subjective, I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think it's important to have your own opinions. It's important to debate. If you want to debate series versus series or anime versus manga, it's fine, bro. Just do it in a respectful manner. Don't disrespect each other, calling each other idiots or just calling each other, like cursing at each other and calling each other names. Just have a healthy debate. Maybe someone will get convinced and move to the other side and believe what you want. Don't force it on them, but like, you know, after the debate, you know, maybe they'll be able to like it. Samurai Akira, who's one of my call-ins, he will never be able to tell me that Sweet Home is better than Demon Slayer. But, you know, he'll probably hop on now and be triggered and probably try to talk about that. But that's for a later podcast. I already see him raising his hand. OD. But again, like to me, people's opinion matters, and bringing someone down based on their beliefs to me is just horrible, bro. Like if I think that Demon Slayer is the best thing ever, you can laugh at me. You can, you know, just tell me I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, that's my opinion, and if I want to say that, then I'm gonna say that. And there's nothing you can say that can change my mind about it. And if you're just gonna be like talking hella shit and just cursing me out and saying I'm an idiot and this and that because of that belief, then it is what it is, bro. But like, I just think it's like disrespectful as hell to just curse someone out. If it's all for fun and games, like you're just joking and you guys know each other, then that's fine, obviously. But like, just really like again, Young Defiant. I don't want to keep bringing him up, but like, he's literally like telling people, if you like this manga, you're missing. Like, I don't know if he said this, but like, he's basically saying you're dumb if you think that this series is good, this and that. This man pretty much doesn't like anything, first of all. And it's just, he's like the most toxic guy, man. Like, it's just horrible. I'm going to probably get canceled for saying that, OD, but it is what it is. But those were like the people that I think are toxic, like the type of people, the type of toxic fan bases, and like pretty much saying what I think about subjectivity and objectivity and like how they are pretty much represented in the community when it comes to like these debates and stuff. But that's pretty much what I gotta say for that topic. I'm gonna start the call-ins actually now. So if you guys want to talk for a little bit, each of you, and ask me something, or I'll ask you something, and just have a conversation. There's no limit per se. But again, be mindful of the people coming on after. But with that being said, let's get into the first call-in. It's going to be my boy Samurai Akira. So I'm just going to invite him now, and let's see what he has to say about the toxicity in the community. How's it going, bro?
Corey in the house.
Absolutely not. You're going to the audience. Nah, let me invite him back. How's it going, bro?
You twat ass bitch. No, Demons the best. You kick me out. Disrespect.
He did exactly.
Anyways, yeah, exactly. Anyways, bro, how are you doing? Thanks so much for inviting me.
No, thanks
appreciate
for
it,
coming on, bro.
Really be here for too long, but you know what? I'll tell you what I have to say. So, I do got a few things to say and ask you.
Yeah.
So first things first. You mentioned how you believe that like subjectivity will always be part of manga and anime and liking it and such, and objectivity doesn't exist in it, which I do partially agree. Is that correct? But like, while I do agree that it will liking manga and anime will always be like subjective, when you really think about it, you liking, for example, let's say you like Sweet Home more than Demon Slayer, and you think Sweet Home is a masterpiece, all right? Which it totally is. You believing that it's a masterpiece, that's you, and that's only you, which is subjective, of course, no shit. However, that's the thing though, it's not objectively wrong to say that you're wrong, for liking Sweet Home more than Demon Slayer or whatever, you can think that. So hopefully, this is all making sense. But
yeah, I can kind of see where you're going with that. Yeah.
With that in mind, if no one can tell, if you're not wrong for liking a specific series, then doesn't that mean objectivity technically does exist in the manga and anime world? Because no one can tell you that you're objectively wrong for thinking something's a masterpiece. So, you could definitely like go all ham on it and say that everything's a masterpiece if you really wanted to.
See, but then the thing is that like you said like, wait. So if it is objectively like correct, like you can factually like come up to me and say I'm wrong, right? But realistically,
as long as I'm respectful, yeah.
Yeah, but then that isn't that your subjective belief, because you believe that one series is better than the other. So like I see what you're saying. Like, you can objectively oppose me. That's a fact, because you can do it. But like, that's your opinion. Like, that opinion that you're objectively saying is subjective, though. No.
Yes. Like, I'm not saying that like I'm not saying that like it's 100% objective as well. I'm just trying to make the point is that it's kind of like in the middle. Like it's mostly subject. Well, not really in the middle, but it's mostly subjective. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to like bring up the part, and I'm just trying to say that I feel that objectivity to some degree does exist in the anime and manga, world. Maybe not in terms of writing or what makes a thing a masterpiece, because that's completely up to you. But I'm just saying that like you liking what you like, no one can tell you otherwise, and I feel that even though that's subjective, I feel that that also kind of makes it objective. Since no one can tell you otherwise. I don't know. Very bad at putting things together, but I don't know.
No,
That's the best way
I
I could
see.
sum it up.
I understand what you're saying, and I, like I said, like I don't think there isn't any objectivity at all to a point. Like I just feel like that's also kind of looking into it OD, because I feel like there's also that's difficult. And again, subjectivity versus objectivity is not really my forte. I just wanted to bring that up to just make my point about like this whole debate shit. So I'm not gonna argue against you, because at the end of the day, I'm just gonna look like a idiot, like trying to
Indeed.
argue it.
Know your place.
So shut the you dick. But do you have any other toxic fan bases to add to like the two
Oh,
that I mentioned?
oh
If
my.
you can name like one or two
You
more,
bet.
and like why?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely, dude. Dude, you mentioned the My Hero fan base, but oh my fucking god, I cannot agree with you more, dude. Okay, so I'm a big fucking troll,
We know
but
this.
I'm telling you, there was like a video or whatever, or a clip of like season 5, in which Uraraka has like a crush on Deku, and she says like, "Oh, I love Deku. I want to suck his shoulder." Oh, it's just the typical her simping and having a crush on Deku.
Uh-huh.
So as a troll, I go into the comment section and I say, "This ship makes no sense. Bakugo and Uraraka deserve to be with each other because that ship makes so much more sense." Obviously, I'm being very sarcastic.
Mhm.
I'm not shitting you. 16 to 19 minutes later, all right, I get not one, not 5, not 10. I get fucking 16 responses. Like in the span of that time. And a lot of them is like saying, "Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Dude, I want to slap you so hard." And
Oh
then
man,
I
violence.
would, and then they were, and then, and then like as a joke, I said, "Yeah, you guys are right. I'm wrong. Todoroki and Uraraka deserve to be with each other." Or whatever. I don't know. And then one of them even called me psychopathic because because I thought Bakugo would be perfect with Uraraka. And so they
Mhm.
said, "Oh, so wow, Bakugo, this extremely crazy and psycho person, you know, who's trying to kill Uraraka in the sports tournament. Yeah, them being with each other. You're so psychopathic. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I just told them, "I know, right? Isn't that romantic?"
Oh my
And
god.
so, yeah, there's, but there. It's like, of course, My Hero's not the only toxic fan
No,
base.
of course. Those are just the
That's
two that I
like,
mentioned, but like do you have any other besides like My Hero or Attack on Titan to like add to my list?
hmm, let me think. Yo necesito pensar de eso. I remember.
Those
I
gross
was
though.
part of it. I, I remember. Okay, so this wasn't as bad. It's not like I told people to kill themselves or anything,
Okay.
whatever. I was just annoying, but when I liked JoJo all the way in middle school, this was like the 7th to 8th grade. I remember. I'm not sure if this counts as toxicity.
Mhm.
I think it kind of does to some degree. It's just not as bad. I was essentially that JoJo fan. I was the type to say, "Is that a motherfucking JoJo's reference?" And I would always tell everyone, "Yo, is that a JoJo's reference? That's a JoJo's reference." In fact, I remember like I would always go to like this one park that I always went to with my boys to play tag and such when I was younger, and I would always at full volume play like all the JoJo openings very loudly in the park.
Yeah.
And
I
there,
will
yeah,
say that like
yeah,
JoJo fans like go hard for JoJo, man. Like it's
yeah,
like
they
everything's
do.
JoJo. JoJo is love, JoJo is life. Like make that a t-shirt, please.
it
God, like
kind of is. It's
probably,
just like,
man. Like I was
listen,
when I was doing like trying to find like two or three like series. I did see JoJo's, but like I didn't want to put it on my list because I like I said I haven't really experienced JoJo's a lot. So like I haven't really experienced anything with the fandom either. I won't say like they're really toxic, but they are kind of annoying at times. Like
so
they
I
just
feel that,
live for
no,
JoJo.
no, that is toxicity to some degree because they end up like shoving, like, because even if
I
they
can see
don't
what you mean. They're
directly,
shoving it
yeah,
down
like,
your throat.
yeah,
They're not like showing you. They're not hateful people. They're
they're
just like
not.
they're kind of like religious people that like knock on your doors to try to like preach the gospel
Yeah,
to you.
exactly.
And
They
it's
treat it like if it's like Mother
oh
Teresa,
man, if
bro.
someone made a meme of like a Jehovah's Witness but like replace it with like a JoJo's fan, that would be hilarious. Like I swear that would be the best. Man, if anyone listening to this is good at making memes, can you please do that for me and like tweet it out to me cuz that would be great. But
Oh boy.
but
Oh
yeah.
boy. The waifu master is raising his hand.
Oh man. But yeah, bro. So anything else you would like to add today or
Um, hmm. Let me think. Um, Honestly, nah. That's all I wanted to. Oh, yeah, I do got one more thing. I do got one more thing,
go
bro.
ahead.
I do got one more thing. Corey in the house.
Absolutely not. Goodbye. Thank you for calling in, brother.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Oh my god, this guy with his Cory in the house. Thanks again for Samurai Akira for being the first ever call in as well. And thank you for his input as well with the whole subjectivity versus objectivity in the community and telling me about the JoJo fan base. Please, if you guys are listening and enjoying this so far, hit that like. If you guys know of any other fan bases after you listen to the other two, if they have any, let me know what other fan bases you guys think are toxic. But yeah, let's just get right into the next caller, and that will be Geno. So let me invite him real quick and hear what he has to say about all of this. Oh God, Geno.
I got it.
Let's go. Let's go,
Okay,
brother.
hello. Okay, so if you're talking about the worst kind of toxic community,
Yes,
well,
sir.
have you heard of the console wars?
Huh?
The console wars? You never
Oh
heard of
my
that?
God, you talking about PlayStation versus Xbox?
Yeah, man, and those now that's even worse than anime toxicity.
Oh yeah.
If you even talk bad about one of their games or anything, then they just start spamming like paragraphs and like some kind of weird stuff.
No, yeah, for real, man. Like, if a play, they always have the most stupid debates too.
Yeah,
Like the controllers and stuff. Like which controller's better. Like, bro, who cares if it works the system? It works the system. Like, who cares if one vibrates better than the other? Like, what the heck? Like, I don't understand that, man. I will agree that is hella toxic. Um,
yeah, they both have their flaws and what is the other word? Like they have good things on specifically like PS4 has the good exclusivity,
mhm.
and Xbox has like that Game Pass, so it's whatever you like.
Yeah, it's again, it's all personal preference. It's all subjective. If you and it also depends. Like I feel like a lot of it has to go with like what you played with growing up. Like if you grew up playing
Yeah.
PlayStation, I feel like you just stay loyal to PlayStation and vice versa. And like if I don't know, it's just like very weird how like it's like a cult, bro. Like it really like those two things are just straight up cults.
Religious.
Hell yeah, man. Like
Yeah.
man,
It's like
you don't see that with
um
PC gamers at all.
no.
They're just chill. They're just
They
there.
just say PC Master Race and that's it. End of debates.
And it really does end the debates every time because the console
Yeah.
guys can't say nothing to it. But yeah. But do you have any like by any chance you got any like toxic manga or anime communities, any fan bases, or any type of people in the community? It doesn't have to be like like a series' fan base. It could just be like I mentioned before, like someone like judgmental people in the community, like anything like that, like any traits or anything that kind of annoy you from the community.
Yeah, probably. The one you were talking about is the one that's really weird. Is the My Hero about the weird things they do in the comment section. If you actually read the comment section, it's kind of scary. That's like one of the weirdest fan bases. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
what's to deal with it. But
It's
toxicity is like everywhere you go. No matter what you do, it's always gonna be there.
yeah, of course. I mean, I feel like a lot of it too like stems from just people like not accepting that people have differing opinions, you know? Like we mentioned before with the consoles, like if I like PlayStation and you like Xbox, okay, like why you gotta like shit on my whole life because I like this console more than the other? It's all personal preference, and I feel like people
Yeah.
like it's fine. It's fun to debate, right? Like it's fun like to have
Oh
those
yeah.
debates and everything, and to just argue with your friends and just troll each other and
It's off
everything.
when it's fun, yeah. When it's not like when people are harassing each other, it's like that's when it's like bad.
Yeah,
Whenever you have fun, that's fine.
yeah, when you're having fun with it, it's great. But like, as long as it's healthy, right? Like,
Yeah.
it can't get to the point where it's like people just talking about like stuff that they shouldn't. Like, I've seen people like bring up family members and stuff like what does
Oh
that have
yeah,
to do
that's
with
not cool.
anything, bro? Like,
No,
that has
yeah, I
nothing
don't
to
like that.
do with anything. Like, you guys are just being childish at that point, you know? Eh, It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
because like I know like you're the Giants fan and like respect the Giants, and I'm not gonna be like mean to you, you know?
No, and if I troll, like I called you, you're the Cowboys, the Cowgirls, but that's all fun and games, you know. Like that's
Yeah.
just the rivalry of the football teams, you know.
Yeah.
It's all shits and gigs. Like
It's
it's
not yeah, at the end of the day, it's just for funs.
I
You know, if
don't
you really
hate you
do
for
you
being a
offend them,
Cowboy fan, man. Like
yeah.
you know, I'm not like that. Like it's crazy. Like this is like we're getting into sports now, but it's all right. But like for example, like soccer, right? In
Oh
England,
boy.
bro, they used to have like these guys called hooligans, and it was like each team like had their own group of people that would go outside after the games and just straight up fight each other in the streets.
Oh man, have you seen those people on Twitter fight?
Yeah.
No.
Except they actually fought with their fists, not with their Twitter fingers, like Drake and Meek Mill. But, anyways, yeah, man, it's just crazy how what people will do for just like their just defend their own opinions and stuff like or like to just make it seem like their opinion is better. It's just crazy to me. It is hella toxic. And like you said, toxicity it's everywhere, right? But like people
Yeah, there's
really
like
take it to the extremes, bro.
yeah, there's like different types now. There's like baiters, trolls, like the what was the other guy's name?
Samurai, like him, he's a troll,
Yeah.
man.
There's like people who like pretend to be trolls. Like all you can whatever you think of, it's there.
Yeah, it's there, man. It's just
And,
crazy.
and I feel like you need to have like rough skin to be in like in the internet, man, because some stuff can be really bad. I'm
Yeah,
sure for more people than me.
yeah, man. It's crazy. It's hella toxic on the internet, man. And people, but this is the type of people that will like only do it online. If they see you in person, they will never say nothing to your face. You
I
know,
know. Hmm.
that's just how it is. But yeah, man.
That's
Any
it for me.
that's it for you. All right, man.
Yeah, that's short.
Well, thanks a lot for coming on, and I enjoyed this convo. And if you ever want to come back on in the future and be a call-in, be my guest. You know, this goes for everyone listening and everything. Like, if you guys ever want to come back in, then definitely head on back to the podcast. But thanks again, man.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again to Jeno for hopping on and giving me his opinion. I appreciate him bringing in the toxicity from other topics just outside of the anime and manga community because I I kind of like made it just for like that, but him bringing it out, it just really opened my mind to, man, this toxicity really everywhere, guys. Just not in the anime manga community, like you mentioned, like gaming, like we talked about sports and everything. Like, people really take things out of like proportion for no reason, you know, like it's all fun and games to like troll and to like have healthy like competition and everything, but like it's crazy. But with that being said, moving on to the third and final caller for this week. And again, guys, I'm sorry I don't do more per episode. I try to keep it at 3 just for time reasons and all of that. But if you guys are interested in joining a future episode as a call-in, then be sure to follow me on Twitter or join my Discord server. Links are in the description of the YouTube channel in my link tree. So that way you guys can be the first 3 people that hit me up will be entered to be the call-ins for the topic that I'm going to be talking about. I don't know if I'm going to be doing call-ins yet when I have special guests like features, only because that'll be a long episode. So, but when I'm like doing episodes like these where I'm by myself, then obviously I would love to have call-ins in. But moving on to the final call-in for the day, we have my boy Jake the Pug. So let's just invite him now and see what's up.
Why, hello there.
Why, hello there, my friend. How's it going?
By the way, that Jehovah Witness meme for JoJo's I did make mid podcast, so if you want that, I did send that.
Oh my god, dog.
It's
Is that
actually
the
pretty
Jotaro
good.
hat?
Yeah, it
Oh
is.
my god.
It is actually pretty good.
Oh my god.
I heard it. I'm like, this just sounds too good. I know people that are listening to this probably won't see it unless he edits this up, but I did make it.
I will make sure to like I don't edit this, but I will make sure I will come to the 35th minute, which is right now, and I will put that meme for like a good like 20 seconds for them to see.
Yeah, that's goated. That's a good meme. But
yeah. Holy crap. I love how I thought of that meme on the spot and you just pulled it out of the bag and just did it.
I looked up Jotaro hat and then Jehovah Witness at door, and then I just pulled it.
Oh my god, that is horrible, man.
Sorry, I had to. I just had to. I had to. For everyone that's like listening in right now, it's in VC text chat.
My god.
Because I know you guys probably want to see that too.
Nah, I'm definitely gonna put it on the video, guys.
Yeah, that's a great. That's great.
I am gonna put that on my Twitter and like pin it on my Twitter account. Like,
yeah, that's. I started off with this meme. I didn't give the girl the hat. Then I said, "There's a girl in the background. I kind of have to now," and I changed the wording from "I'm" to "we're." So I'm just like, okay, yeah, this is the best thing I've ever made in my whole entire existence on any social media.
Guys, if you ever want two people to come together and make some memes, me and Jake are gonna start a business.
Yeah, we got you.
God.
But for toxic community, for me, I to put this back onto the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Entero Samurai Akira at the same time, 6668 and our O Parts Hunter. This is purely only because Samurai Akira. I think every other video I've made, he's commented if I've read it yet. And if you don't know, that bothers me quite a bit and makes it so I don't read series.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want me to read series once, okay, recommend it. But don't do it multiple times. But yeah, and also Sweet Home fans.
Yeah.
And just gotta say that for Akira again. And also Manchester United fans.
Fuck off. Greatest team
As a Tottenham fan, I gotta get some of the jabs in there, you know?
Come on, man. We're not even rivals like that, though.
I know, but I have to get at least a couple jabs. You guys got Cristiano. What did we get?
Gil.
Like, does that really compare
Cristiano
to one of the
Romero?
best players of all time? Does that compare to one of the best time?
Hey. You got the greatest South African, look at me, South Korean ever. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Arguably, yeah.
No, he definitely is. I think Heung-min Son is definitely the
Ji-sung Park is up there though too. Probably second because you know the output for Heung-min Son. But anyways, yeah, we're getting into sports again. Let me just that's a sidetrack, but yeah. So beside like any other toxic fan bases, like community wise, or if anything, like what type of people like have you had any like really bad experiences with like on like comment sections of your videos, or like what type of people like quality wise annoy you as well? Like I mentioned, like judgmentals or like elitists and stuff like that. Like anything else?
Like going back to what you said about like some things you've gotten commented for you, dude, it's cancer. I'm sorry if I should not use that term lightly because you know it's pretty bad, but like it's bad. Like collection videos, usually it's good, but like you said, reading Death Note and dude, those volumes are like wordy as hell. Like,
exactly.
Of course, it's gonna take you a while. Those things are fucking novels at that point.
Guys, like I'd read it in 30 minutes, and I'm like, what? I'm like, congratulations, but like
even My Hero is wordy too, though.
Yeah, at times it is, bro.
Yeah, like I'll be honest, like the middle volumes of My Hero are pretty damn wordy. But like I have had many comments that are pretty toxic. I can't really Oh yeah, like one of them said by the guy's name is Deku. I'm sorry, I'm calling you out, but this is kind of mean to me. Black Goater fan talking about other manga being mid. ... Okay, I'm a Black Clover fan. Does that mean I'm bad? Like, okay. And then this one guy always comments on my videos because if you don't know, I started clickbaiting more recently.
And
he just hates me for it. Like, I said My Hero Academia is trash? ? And like in the video, I'm just praising it. It's just for the clickbait. And like, he just roasts me the whole time. And even you should see the comment section of my JJK vs Chainsaw Man video. That's also pretty toxic. Because when you compare two series that are really popular, seeing the cesspool that comes out of it is just disgusting, in my opinion.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
That's what I'm
mostly
saying.
Chainsaw Man and JJK, seeing those two, I don't think Chainsaw Man's that toxic as a fan base. I think it will be very toxic when the anime comes out, because the barking's already pretty annoying and pretty kind of toxic at this point. But I think JJK fans are really toxic. Like, overall, I think they are very toxic.
This is going to be something hella controversial that I'm about to say, but they're really toxic for a series that I don't even think is that great. Like, I think, like, I still rate it over an 8.5. I rated over an 8. I got it like at an 8.7, but like they like act like it's the best series in the world, and I rate My Hero above JJK. I'm sorry.
I'll be very honest. I agree. I think recent day My Hero stomps on any arc that JJK had.
I think Shibuya was overrated.
I think Shibuya was one of the most overrated arcs I've ever read.
the Gojo's past arc was the best arc so far.
I can agree. I think that and Volume 0 were the two best arcs.
Yeah.
I think those two arcs were by far the best written, and I think that's because Gojo is the protagonist and Yuji is the protagonist. Because I don't like Yuji, and I see all these people like saying Yuji's so good, and I'm like, I don't care about.
I don't see it though, bro. Like I don't see it.
The most recent chapter, okay, I can see his development because he's saying like he's a cog in the system when he used to think he's the big boy and he's the big guy. But yeah, okay, that's a development. But otherwise, I don't see why people like him that much. And I'll be honest, I do think Luffy and Guts are my favorite two protagonists. One's not that deep, and one of them is Luffy. Wait, other way around. One of them is Guts, and one of them is not that deep. So Luffy's not that deep, but Guts is very deep. And I'll be honest, Yuji is just not that enjoyable. He falls under a very kind of prototype shonen protagonist that I don't really enjoy. And of course, I'm saying I like Asta a lot too, but that's because I feel like Black Clover is very character driven instead of story driven. And I think that's why I just like all the characters in Black Clover. It's not just because, it has to be deep. It's just these characters are really relatable and very great characters, in my opinion. Of course, as of lately, Black Clover fanbase has not been having that many dubs. The last chapters gave us like many L's, just so many L's. Like, I think every big manga tuber just roasted the fuck out of it last chapter, and I'm just so sad. Because I didn't care. Like, of course they brought someone back to life. They pulled a fairy tale, but like, bro, I don't care.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like, overall, I don't know how I got from JJK to Black Clover, but JJK is overrated. I think JJK I liked in the beginning a lot more because it felt super unique, and it felt like something that definitely did take inspiration from Bleach and Yu Yu Hakusho, which are two insanely good shonens I love. But as time went on, I just stopped enjoying it.
You know what's something about JJK that I feel like it kind of reminds me of, and not the story or like the like system, like the system itself at all. It's just the experience I get from reading it. It reminds me of Hunter x Hunter in a way, from like when they try to explain the Nen system, and like I'm still confused. And I feel like the same way with JJK, where it's like the Culling Game arc, for example, in the beginning, they had to explain the rules, like for the first like 10 chapters, every chapter they explained the rules from the beginning, because it was like, and that's an exaggeration, it was more like 3, but like still,
I think it was around 7 though. I thought it was 7.
Probably. Like it took so long for them to explain just the rules of the Culling Game itself, and I'm just like, what? Like, and it hasn't even been happening. Like, has it even started yet?
I don't even know.
That's the
hope
thing.
You know, I did drop JJK 5 chapters ago, so it could have started. But I'll be very honest. I was like, I'm done with JJK once Shibuya ended and like it started going into Culling Game, because it just became so annoying. Because like the ending of Shibuya just felt like a clusterfuck of what the hell's going on. Because it's just like black flash, black flash, black flash. I'm like, what? This character knows it now. What's happening? And like the whole entire like final Shibuya fight just felt contrived to me. And then going into the Culling Game, like I still didn't get what cursed energy was at that point. I'm like, bro, what the hell?
That's the thing, bro. That the Culling Game started. How many chapters in is it? Like over 100 or like in the 90s that the Culling Game arc started? And
it's like 140, I think.
Oh wait, how many chapters? I forgot how many chapters.
Shibuya is like 57.
No, but I'm
So,
saying
like,
how many
it should be
chapters are
an
there? Oh yeah, we're on 157 of JJK, and
yeah,
Killing
so
Game
I
started
think
around 120th, 130. No,
I'm
130.
I think it's 140
Maybe it's
ish.
yeah, maybe it's 130,
I would
140
say
ish.
I just looked. 145 is when they meet like Master Tengen or whatever.
Yeah,
So 140, I would say around like late
bro,
130 or
look at that.
early 140.
It's 140 chapters in, and you don't understand the power system really. I
Dude,
mean,
I understand the twin star power system more, and they don't even talk about it.
yeah. So
Like it's just like, oh, yin and yang energy, bang.
we're gonna get
the
canceled for
Qs have
this
energy?
conversation right here, but it's gonna be hilarious.
Dude, I already made a video on it. I don't care.
I'm gonna get canceled for for judging Young Defiant or talking about Young Defiant, and I'm gonna get canceled for shitting on JJK right now. Oh
One
my
thing
god!
I was gonna talk about before JJK that I completely forgot. With My Hero Academia fans, you have to lump in the Haikyuu fans in there as well.
Really?
Haikyuu fans do the exact same thing as My Hero.
That
like,
is
oh my
insane.
god, Hinata and Kageyama, if they don't end up together, I'm killing the mangaka. oh my god, Bokudo and fucking Kuro, oh my god, such good shit. And it's just like, all these characters that get like one page, they just think are the best characters of all time.
That's crazy.
And I'm like they'll be like Bokudo, okay, he's like one of the best wing spikers in Haikyuu. Like he's shown quite a bit. And he also says like he's the teacher of Hinata. Like he does teach him during a training arc and whatever a little bit, but nothing too insane.
Mm-hmm.
But like his setter just talks like once every single match they show of it, and they think he's like the best character. And I'm like, oh, but I literally don't know why. This guy's done nothing. Like I don't get Haikyuu fans.
I gotta get into Haikyuu.
I think Haikyuu's great. I love Haikyuu, but of course I don't like the fan base, but I love Haikyuu. I think the last season the animation was pretty bad, but other than that, it's really good. I think season 3, you might say, oh my god, it's 10 episodes for one singular match. It's worth it. Like that's probably one of the best sports anime seasons I've ever watched.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to give that a shot then.
Good.
But yeah, man. So anything else you'd like to add about the topic, or?
The last thing I think I need to say is Arsenal sucks. Tottenham's top of the league, and and Tottenham's winning it all. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, bye. Oh my god, I'm weak. Thank you again to Jake. Link to his channel is going to be in the description for those that are watching on YouTube. Definitely check him out. Jake the Pug posts some dope-ass content on YouTube. But yeah, guys, so those were the call-ins. Thank you to all 3 guys that pulled up and contributed to this episode. I'm really happy with how it turned out. If you guys, again, want to know how to be future members of the call-in, just stay tuned on Twitter. Follow me on there. I post about 2 days after the episode goes live. 2 days later, I post a topic that I'm going to talk about on Twitter for the next episode. So that way, I give you guys a few days to just hit me up to tell me you guys want to be a part of it. That way I can add the 4 of us into a group chat and think of a time of when to record. That's pretty much why I do that. And this went pretty smoothly, so I appreciate you guys for coming on and going and doing your thing. I appreciate all 3 people that came on, and I had a lot of fun with it. So before I end off the podcast today, I just want to do a little segment real quick that I think I'm going to do at the ending of every episode that I'm alone, besides the call-ins, and I'm going to be talking about what I'm currently reading. I'm only going to talk about one series because you guys know me. I tend to read one series until I'm caught up or finished with it at a time when I binge. So this week, I read and caught up to My Dearest Self with Malice Aforethought. And can I just say that My Dearest Self with Malice Aforethought is one of the best series I think I have ever read. And the reason I say that is because it took me on a roller coaster on a ride. Now, granted, it's 98 chapters completed, and so far only 91 chapters are released in English, even on scans, and they're releasing every few days. So I have 7 chapters left. So unless something horrible happens from the time that, like, where I'm at right now to the ending and the ending's trash, I don't think the score for it will go any lower than it already is. I gotta say, man, this series is amazing. If you guys don't know what it's basically about this boy named EG. I don't know how to pronounce it, man. But anyways, he is the son of a serial killer. he's adopted, but he's the son of a serial killer who unfortunately took his own life. And pretty much he deals, like, he's living normal life, and then you realize that he's like wakes up one day, and it's like 3 days later, and he doesn't know what happened during those 3 days. Turns out he finds out that he has multiple personality disorder, so he pretty much has another personality that when he goes to sleep some days, that personality wakes up and takes controls for a few days, and then his normal self comes out. And it's just crazy because it doesn't only deal with that, it also deals later on with like a case, like him trying to figure out like the past with his father, and just you learn a lot about what he was really doing on the days that he was his alternate personality. And it's crazy. A lot of characters that you wouldn't have expected to be certain like characters that were mentioned, that you like, these characters have a lot of twists and turns throughout, and I don't think I've ever read something with as many twists and turns as this since I read Attack on Titan. Like, literally, man, this is one of my favorites. It's also for adult audiences. There is graphic content and adult content on here. Not that crazy, but it definitely is has adult content on there. So you gotta be of age to really read these things. But I will say that My Dearest Self with Malice Aforethought is a fantastic series. It brings you on such a long ride, but it's a quick read, but the ride is like, I don't ever want to stop reading it, unfortunately, and there's only 7 chapters left for me to read. And when it ends, as long as it ends great, I'm very excited to say that it may reach a 10 out of 10 depending on the ending. Right now I got it at 9.3, but I love this series that much. I don't know why. I think I just love learning about the psychology behind how people act with certain disorders and all that, and how it affects the real world. Again, this is a real life story. It deals with police investigations. It deals with this kid investigating how, like, what he's been doing with his alternate personality. You learn more about what happened with his father. And everything. And you learn about his past as well and what he went through as a kid, being the son of a serial killer. But yeah, definitely recommend My Dearest Self with Malice Aforethought, and hopefully you guys read it. And if you do, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of it. But that's pretty much gonna be it for this episode of the Anime Now Manga Later podcast. Thank you again for all of you that actually came on the Discord server here and listened to it live. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys rewatch it on YouTube. And also thank you guys so much for getting the episode 1 over 100 views. I was not expecting that, and I really do appreciate it a whole lot. And hopefully we keep growing. And if you guys can, please share this podcast, this channel, with anyone that you think will like a podcast. I really do appreciate it. Like this video. If you're listening in on Spotify, then hit that heart. Follow on Spotify as well to listen. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like, comment about the Toxicity, about My Dearest Self with Malice Aforethought, and subscribe if you're new. Again, we're on the road to 1,000, but I'm taking little steps here at a time. Hopefully we can hit 400 as soon as we can. And hopefully you guys are enjoying these podcasts, because I'm having a lot of fun recording them. And again, let me know what you guys want me what you guys want me to talk about in the future. I'm not cutting that out. Screw it. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about in the future episodes. I love feedback. And yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening to this week's podcast, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.